So it's like, for me, it's like, why is this not changing your perspective? Like, it's almost making it seem like it's okay for a man to cheat, and it's not okay for a woman.
It's not okay for anyone to cheat.
Do I have to hold this?
Yeah, you have to hold it.
Yeah.
It's not okay for anyone to cheat, but let me move this way so you could potentially hear more. It's not okay for anyone to cheat, first of all, but it's different when a man and a woman cheats. I don't think it's okay for anyone to cheat. But when a woman cheats on a man, it's almost like you bring disgrace to him, right?
But it's like, if
when
you
a
cheat
man,
on a woman, you're bringing disgrace to her. She's like, if you're the mother...
It's not the same. I can't explain it.
That's so disrespectful to a woman who dedicates her whole life to raise someone's kids, just for the man to go ahead and like maybe give it all up, because I think he was cheating with his ex-wife, so like there was history there.
This is the way I see it. If a man cheats on a woman, if he cheated on her, she should divorce him, take all of his money. Like how much is Will Smith worth? I think she should divorce him, take like half of his money. Fuck him. If he cheats, fuck him. Take half his money. But for her to cheat and him be like, oh, whatever, nah, fuck her.
But the
kick
thing
rocks.
Is, like, it's so easy for everybody to say something about the relationship when we don't know what's happening behind doors. Like, we have no idea.
Because I think those who do have an opinion on it, I think it should just be not surface level, but it should be based off of what has been publicized. Okay. That's why I always preference it as, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We can only talk about what's put forth. But as it pertains to the cheating stuff, because of course they always say men at that level, you exercise options. For me, transparency is important. So if they had like an open relationship, which apparently was the rumor for some time.
Yeah, I heard they were swingers.
Right, they were swingers. I think there's a ton of those go to like parties or whatever, whatever the case is. So, but if, let's just say Will did cheat, you know, first, right? And he never disclosed to Jada that was the case. But when they had their red table talk conversation, he also said he had gotten her back. So now that makes me wonder who was the first to do what. But let's just say if he, because if you go back to like their 2020 sit downs and everything of that nature, when the words in what he used, and then she acknowledged them. That's why everything seems so past tense. It made it seem as if she made the first move and then he responded, you know, with a move. But if in the event that he were to have cheated first, still, I don't think it's a situation where you go public with everything, because although there's a bit of defacing his image, she's also defacing her own image as well. Because with the August Alsina situation, this is a guy who was going through a bunch of different stuff mentally at the time and everything, and she was talking as if she was some sort of counsel. But then
she was a dick counsel. Right. She was counseling that dick.
Well, technically, well, yeah, pretty much. But then she kind of swindled her way into getting him emotionally invested. So it's a lot of hoopla that's going on.
Like I said, a lot of the shit should be behind the scenes. Anything marriage related, family related, any like turmoil, it has to be behind the scenes. And I'm big on, like, I'm a content creator. I'm big on being transparent about everything. But at the same time, if it involves another person, you have to get the other person's approval. Like for me, like when I do vlogs, I'll say shit about my life all the time. I'll be like, well, I do this is what I do. Anything that is with her, I'll be like, yo, is it cool if we do this? But if it's my life, I'll be like, this is my life.
Maybe Will Smith agreed. Maybe Will Smith agreed.
That makes it worse because he's even worse.
Then it's like, why everybody hating on Jada and not Will Smith? Like, he is probably agreeing.
We do no. It's not that. No, they're hating on Jada.
I came here for Jada.
No. Here's the thing. Will Smith, people are not like, poor Will Smith. They're not saying that. They're like, this guy's a fucking cuck.
Right.
They're making fun of him.
Right. People he's become the butt of the joke.
They're making fun of Will Smith, and they're saying they're going against Jada. They're not like defending him. Men don't defend other men like that.
Will Smith is just like, he looks like a victim. Like, people are painting him to be a victim.
He's not a victim.
But they making it seem like he's the victim.
At the end of the day, these are grown adults that we're talking about. So I think the victimhood comes from the fact that
he's making himself a victim.
He's still within there. So it's like, dude, snap yourself out of. You've gone through enough. You look foolish. I think that's where it comes from. But I don't think I'm with you there. Where the vast majority of the criticism that's being thrown onto Jada, it's not like, oh man, you know, you're doing our boy Will wrong. Everybody's still clowning Will Smith. They're just also vilifying Jada for her role because Will has stayed very quiet regarding the relationship because he said nothing. Like everything we know about their relationship primarily has come from Jada.
Yeah. But also I think that's her brand. Like Red Table Talk, it's all about transparency, talking about relationships, talking about trauma, talking about healing. healing. So it's very much on brand with her to talk about these things. Like Will Smith, it would be kind of like out of nowhere because he's like.
Right. But then it's getting bad because I think I think the bad attention that is now, because it's not just her and Will. It affects not only the entire family but the image of them. You know, because people would look at their couple as one of the most prominent relationships in Hollywood. Because how many Hollywood relationships?
Did you see
survive?
that J. Cole? Like,
that Jada and that Will turned the volume down.
That Jada and that Will love. But then he did it at a concert. He said that. And then, he
didn't say nothing. He just put the mic out and then continued. Because now it's gotten to a point where they're pretty much the butt of every joke.
Like, who
wants to have a Jada and Will relationship?
I think the issue with this, right? Because you look at a family unit. The man's supposed to be the head of the household. And Will Smith has done that. Like he's in shape, makes a lot of. He's worth. I saw it right now. He's worth $350 million.
Right.
You know, he takes care of his family. He's like the.
On paper, he's the alpha male.
So he's the guy that's supposed to be
the guy men want to be. The guy women want to be with. But then when you have like your
girl that's out here just like, I didn't really love Will. I like Tupac. Like it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And that's why he's become the joke.
Yeah,
she said Tupac is my soulmate.
Yeah, she said Tupac.
You call another man your soulmate?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because not only did she say that.
Like, I would
not only did, because I've seen a lot of people like chalk it up to like insecurity or whatever. Yeah. But then you got to really look at it. Like this is somebody you've been married to now for 26 years. Yeah. Not only do you say, Pac is your soulmate, because I personally, I believe soulmate. I don't really believe too much in like soulmates because there's so many people who exist. It's kind of difficult to wrap my mind around. But let's just say if it happened, right? So let's just say if that's indeed the case. You say, all right, another man is your soulmate. Furthermore, you then disclose, he was actually romantically interested in me. For my birthday, he sent me so much roses, they had to bring a van in a different trailer to come drop it off. When I was in prison, she said all of this, all of this.
I just watched a podcast that was aired 3 days ago with Jay Shetty.
Okay.
They were talking about how it was platonic, and how if they talked about kissing each other, they would be like, ew, that's so gross. She made it.
That's the thing. That's what makes it.
Said that
no. So let's flip it. Let's say I have a platonic woman friend.
Okay, no, but I don't.
And then I'm like, she's my soulmate. What the fuck would you say?
No, okay. That's why I'm like, this is sketchy. I'm on your guys'
side. And then that's the problem that I have with Jada. It's a lot of hypocrisy and inconsistency because I saw that she had went on Jay Shetty's podcast, but then she also went on All the Smoke. She went
right now.
Yeah, she's on tour. She's on a podcast tour.
Everywhere. And every single podcast is like, I fuck Will Smith.
Exactly. It's a different story because initially she had said everything was platonic for years with Tupac. Yeah. And then now once you reveal that Tupac not only was romantically interested, but also proposed, that now states that she said it out of her own mouth.
In a podcast?
Yeah.
It was the first time I think she ever disclosed that it was probably
this is where it gets
more
even
than
crazier,
a friendship.
right? For Will Smith's birthday, you know what she posted on her Instagram? She didn't post like a marriage picture of her and Will Smith. She posted her and Tupac when they were kids singing a Will Smith song.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
On Will Smith's birthday?
So on your birthday, what if I post a picture of me and a girl?
Yeah, no, that's so wrong.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. This woman is evil.
But do you think that she's just like paying, not paying honor, like I don't know how to say it, like when somebody dies, tribute,
So okay.
But, okay, on the birthday is a whole different.
If my ex-girlfriend died, and I posted a video of us on your birthday.
No, on the birthday part is what is tripping me out. But I think in general, talking highly about him.
20 years later,
is like. Yeah.
No, because
he's a
prominent figure, right? Yeah. And he's a legend, so it makes sense. But it just seems like the context of her conversations surrounding Tupac has always been relatively questionable. And my eyebrows went through my hairline when I heard her talk about, he had proposed in prison. He sent all of these because she had talked about how like romantic he was. But there's a lot of platonic friendships where you kind of look at him like, you never know, but they could just be very cool to where it works. But with them, once she said that, now that calls into question their entire background. Because if you've been holding on to this in, 26 plus years, so you can wait to write like a tell-all book, well, what's in the context of the book now? Because it's going to not only increase sales and people want to go and actually read it.
Like, I want to buy the book and read it.
Right. Because if you see in detail that Tupac was courting her, wanting to be with her and all this other stuff, and she just kind of put him in the friend zone, she probably operates since his passing of, one, she missed out because they could never actually be together, and then two, what it could have been like had he still been alive.
Yeah.
It just has Will framed as you were the second. You were never the first, and you never actually,
messed up.
You'll never be elevated to one. Because let's just say you had somebody you were interested in, they unfortunately pass. Then you would move on to who's next. But in her mind, it's like Tupac never left. He's always there. What's the conversation in the house? How does your daughter write letters to a man she's never met? How is it that we're only, it's crazy.
Imagine we have a kid, you have our daughter fucking writing letters to your ex who died. What the fuck?
It's weird. Willow Smith had wrote like letters to Tupac. Jada had a ton of different letters in which she would write letters to Tupac.
Where they put them?
They just have it within the confines of their home, but then it ends up on social media because she posted.